Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Bruce Frisco. It is Tuesday, the 14th day of July. This is CTV News. Tonight, attacking fire from the skies. Nova Scotia rolls out its new fleet of firefighting choppers. Ready to help. Pharmacists step up to assist with the healthcare transformation. And ready to play. A maritime video game maker levels up to Nintendo status.
Live from our Maritimes News Center, this is CTV News. Here is Bruce Frisco.
Good evening. An early morning fire has claimed the life of one man in East Chesapeake. Local fire departments dispatched to the blaze on East Chesapeake Road this morning. Halifax Fire says the single-family home was engulfed when the firefighters arrived.
Firefighters arrived to advance fire conditions on arrival, initial aggressive fire attack, and the fire was brought under control quite quickly.
The scene was handed over to fire investigators and RCMP as they try to determine a cause. Dozens of 911 operators in Nova Scotia could be off the job later this week. In a news release this afternoon, 60 workers represented by the Canadian Union of Postal Workers announced they'd issued strike notice to their employer, Emergency Medical Care Incorporated. Union says chronic understaffing is one of the biggest issues. Unless something changes, the operators could be on strike as early as Friday night, although 911 would still be operating because it's considered an essential service. Sizable boost to Nova Scotia's ability to fight wildfires. The province today officially unveiling 4 new choppers that will be used to support everything from water bombing to search and rescue operations. CTV's Jesse Thomas has more.
The province's new fleet of Airbus H-125 helicopters are ready to fly. The aircraft will be used to fight wildfires while assisting in other operations like search and rescue missions and aerial surveillance. The upgrade gives pilots the best technology and tools to respond during emergencies.
We have the 4 new helicopters that precise water bombing capabilities. We've been very happy with the Airbus water bomber capabilities, but wildfires have changed.
The helicopters were purchased through a 50-50 agreement with the federal government, splitting the $26 million price tag, about $6.5 million per helicopter. These 4 have air conditioning. Another upgrade feature this pilot calls necessary when flying in the hot summer sun over out-of-control wildfires.
So if the pilots are well rested, they're cool and they're calm, they're being more effective, they're delivering more water to the fire faster.
Officials say these helicopters are already proving their value. 2 have been in operation since arriving last year, with the other 2 arriving this year, helping to fill the gap. Natural Resources is still trying to recruit pilots. They hope to fill its ranks by adding 2 more pilots by spring.
But we're taking steps to recruit and retain the staff that we have. And so we've currently got 4 pilots on the roster.
And these water bombing helicopters all have names. A contest was held with more than 10,000 submissions. They're appropriately named Eagle, Osprey, Hawk, and Falcon. Jesse Thomas, CTV News, Shubenacadie, Nova Scotia.
Get the Maritimes top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
As we told you last night, Halifax Transit's promised tap and pay system is delayed again. The rollout has now been pushed back to later in the year, along with a planned fare increase. Still, the overwhelming consensus around the council table today was one of embarrassment.
It's embarrassing, to be honest. We have such a great city, but here we are with transit. We're trying to encourage people to take transit, but yet we cause these obstacles. December? Gotta be kidding.
This isn't just embarrassing. I think it's financially very, very damaging as well. If I could just add my voice as well about how disappointed I am.
Transit staff explained the delay to council and took accountability for the missed timeline. To New Brunswick now, where pharmacists are noting an increase in patients since the province switched the virtual healthcare provider. And as CTV's Nick Moore tells us tonight, the pharmacists do want a greater role in the province's new healthcare initiatives.
Virtual Care NB has been online for exactly 2 weeks, replacing the former eVisit NB. Early reviews have been mixed.
I waited 4 hours to get somebody, and I still didn't get anybody.
The association that represents pharmacists across the province says they've also been hearing plenty of feedback on the provider switch.
We were hearing lots of confusion from patients. They're seeing an uptick essentially in individuals coming for prescription renewals.
Heidi Liston is CEO of the New Brunswick Pharmacists Association and says pharmacies should have been included in more discussions about Virtual Care NB prior to its June 30th launch.
That perhaps was a missed opportunity, but we've reached out and had some follow-up discussion around how pharmacists could help with referrals and some of the barriers that would need to be removed in order for pharmacists to participate fully in that manner.
Liston says the 2 other maritime provinces are on the right track, where pharmacists are able to diagnose and treat a wider variety of ailments. She says the association supports the province's prioritization of collaborative healthcare clinics.
However, we haven't been part of those early planning or conversations as well as an organization. We want to support the collaborative care clinic model that this government has established. However, we don't necessarily agree that a pharmacist has to be under the same roof.
Our attempts today for comment from the Department of Health and Minister Dr. John Dornan were not successful. The department has previously said that Virtual Care NB will improve the delivery of health care and that it is monitoring the early feedback coming in. Nick Boyer, CTV News, St. John.
A glimmer of hope tonight for would-be home buyers. For the first time in ages, prices trended down slightly in the region's largest city in the latest data. The question is, will it last? CTV's Jonathan McGuinness looked into it.
It was just sold last week after about 53 days on the market.
That's a little longer than most homes in the Halifax area these days.
If a property is priced appropriately and it's priced in line with where the market should be, they are selling relatively quickly. Average days on market right now in Halifax, Dartmouth is about 42 days.
According to a Royal LePage study, home prices fell by 0.5 percentage point this spring compared to last year, but they're still up 0.6% compared to earlier in 2026. Still, the median price of a single-family detached home in Halifax is a little more than $605,000.
Today, there is inventory choice out there. The market is what I would describe as fairly balanced right now. There's an available inventory. There's not too much.
It's not just houses that have seen a price dip. The median price of a condominium decreased by 2.2% year over year to $399,000.
Those who are looking for condos can find a reasonable condo. They can probably negotiate a little bit more. They should expect a little lower, maybe a little lower price than they saw at the same time last year.
Some good news for those in the market for a home after years of bidding wars for a place to call home. Jonathan McGuinness, CTV News, Halifax.
More concerns being raised tonight about New Brunswick's shrinking population. Population has declined now for 9 consecutive months. That's the first time that's happened in 20 years, meaning New Brunswick has lost 886 people since the beginning of 2026. An economic consultant warns the decline threatens the province's long-term prosperity and economic growth. It is also worsening skilled trades shortages, and construction demand reaches record levels amid housing and infrastructure pressures. Strawberry season wrapping up around here a little earlier than hoped. Now, blueberry growers are anxiously surveying their fields. While the crop won't be devastated as it was last year because of the drought, producers say they do still need rain.
The weather's been good for wild blueberries so far, but we do need, a few rains before the next, before the crop starts to harvest. We got a little rain there on the weekend, which was great. We really need 2 or 3 more rains.
We're looking to invest in transformative projects that are really going to have a large impact on the provincial economy.
Minister notes the facility here is already seeing some new equipment with plans to expand. The upgrades are expected to keep production moving longer, faster, and into new markets as well. A destination hotspot in our region is off to one of its biggest and best seasons in years. St. Andrews by the Sea always attracts a lot of visitors, and that is especially true right now. CTV's Avery McRae has more.
The summer season brings just about everyone to this seaside community. That includes this family from Connecticut, who for some marks their first time in another country.
It's been so much fun. We were just visiting Maine with my friends, and so far it's been very fun.
Anytime we come up, we always make it a point to come to St. Andrews.
The New Brunswick tourist town sees hundreds of thousands of visitors every summer. And judging by the license plates around town, they come from just about everywhere.
We get lots from the driving states and some from even what I wouldn't call the driving states. Of course, the Maritimes, they're quite frequently here, which we appreciate, and all over Canada.
Whether they are staying at the iconic red-roofed Algonquin Resort or checking out one of the many historic sites in town like Minister's Island, the early numbers are trending towards a big summer.
We were up in May, 14% over last year. If you combine May and June, we were actually up 22% over last year.
The feeling is shared along Water Street, where restaurants are seeing an influx of travelers not seen in years.
I've been here for 4 summers. This is our busiest summer by far, but it's great. Like, we love how busy it's been, and it's wonderful.
They haven't stopped coming. I think it's actually getting better, especially after last year and the tariffs. It really brought the Americans that want to support Canada back up here for sure.
Which means even on a Tuesday, the tourist town is thriving. Avery McRae, CTV News, St. Andrews, New Brunswick.
Thank you, Avery. Still to come tonight, Kaylin's full forecast, and we'll explore some maritime summer camps for kids where fun is at the top of the agenda. Coming up next, though, watch the water.
It's that the great whites that are within the North Atlantic, I think they're spending more time in Nova Scotian waters.
Indeed, it turns out the great whites might be in our region more often than we thought. That's next. Stay with us.
Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Hey, you can win $1,000 in under 60 seconds every weekday at 7.
That's when we play $1,000 Minute. Your chance to win $1,000 with us.
So it's well documented for quite a while now that great white sharks are in the waters off our maritime coastline. They can tend to come to our region to feed, possibly to give birth. However, it turns out they might actually be spending more time here than we thought. CTV's Emma Convey explains.
For 5 years, Alex DeSaint Sardos has been filming great whites and says weather and visibility make for short seasons of sightings, but still captures up to 10 every summer.
Usually they're just sort of swimming in circles or hanging around. Sometimes they're, going from A to B. They're typically not far from shore. They're usually within 200 to 600 meters.
This shark expert has studied sharks for years. He says great whites are becoming more prevalent.
Not that there's more great whites, it's that the great whites that are within the North Atlantic, I think they're spending more time in Nova Scotian waters, particularly because they've discovered that we have a healthy ecosystem here, a lot of food, a lot of seals.
Record seal numbers are a main reason they're seeing so many, as well as the protection that came into play in 1997.
You have these two things colliding. You have the demographic of more sharks because they were protected, and you have almost unlimited food north of the border.
Things that attract them, lots of seal activity, groups of fish, whale carcasses, anglers out fishing and swimming at dusk or dawn. If you come in contact with one, advice is don't panic.
If it moves left, you kind of follow it left. If it moves right, you follow it right. That's because they're ambush predators. They like to sneak up on prey. So by you showing the shark that you know it's there, it can often make it very uncomfortable and want to swim away.
Finally, calmly get out of the water and stay away for at least 4 hours. Emma Convey, CTV News, Green Bay, Nova Scotia.
Thank you, Emma. Time for a quick little break here, but when we return, it's your complete maritime weather forecast. A busy evening in downtown Halifax tonight. Kaylin Mitchell's forecast is coming up next. Okay, it's Tuesday night, 14th day of July. Certainly felt like July first thing this morning, but a little cooler tonight, which is kind of nice.
All depended on what part of the Maritimes you were in today. If you were around a coastal area and you were catching some of that southwest wind, like around the Atlantic coastline of Nova Scotia, Bay of Fundy coastline in New Brunswick, well, it was the Maritimes' natural air conditioner at work as that wind was coming in off the ocean waters. Other areas where the sun did break through a little bit, turned very warm and muggy. It's still kind of humid out there for tonight. That humidity taking the form of some fog patches in the region. And still, as we make our way through the rest of tonight into tomorrow, a low chance of some very isolated showers or a few isolated thunderstorms. And the reason why we still have that chance of a shower or thunderstorm, even though it's generally low for any specific community, is because of this weather front that continues to make its way in from the west. And that front continues to come in tonight and into Wednesday for the Maritime region. There will be a change in the wind direction behind it. We'll take a look at that in the moment. Start of the day for tomorrow, some fog patches for the Maritimes. Highest chance of a morning shower or maybe even a small thunderstorm will be around the east of Nova Scotia. After that, moving into the afternoon, the fog dissipates. It'll be mostly sunny to a mix of sun and cloud. There's still going to be some, generally speaking, hot July temperatures for tomorrow. A lot of highs in the mid to high 20s. And there'll be a low chance of a pop-up shower or thunderstorm late afternoon into evening. That's those little flecks of green are showing up here in the forecast map. Now, that would be driven by daytime heating. So as we move later into Wednesday evening and the sun goes down, any of those pop-up showers or thunderstorms will be coming to an end. Taking a look at the winds in the forecast for tomorrow, becoming west and northwest in behind that front. It'll be breezy in the afternoon with some gusts between 20 and 40 kilometers per hour. Most low temperatures tonight for the Maritimes, quite warm because of the higher level of mugginess in the air, many between 16 and 20 degrees. Tomorrow, though, the humidity begins to fall for northern areas of New Brunswick, where the highs will be between 24 and 27. I've got that chance of a shower or thunderstorm, but remember, it's pretty low for any one community, like about a 20 or 30% chance. Down through central and southern areas of New Brunswick for tomorrow, the high temperatures between 26 and 29. The winds won't be onshore around the Bay of Fundy coastline, so that's why we've got some hotter temperatures there for Grand Manan, Capabello, and St. John. Prince Edward Island for tomorrow with high temperatures of 24 to 26 degrees. At low chance for pop-up shower or thunderstorm late in the day, as there will be for parts of Nova Scotia. In Cape Breton for tomorrow, highs mostly 24 to 26. The low 20s for Inverness County. Near 27 for the North Shore of mainland Nova Scotia. On the eastern shore, most of the high temperatures between 24 and 27. It's 27 for Amherst, Truro, and Halifax for tomorrow. The Annapolis Valley still hot with a high temperature of around 28. Looking at some high 20s as well for communities on the south shore of Nova Scotia, except for direct coastal areas right in the southwest, where it'll be closer to 23, say, down around the waterfront in Yarmouth. Taking a look at the extended forecast for New Brunswick. So low shower chances Wednesday and Thursday. Friday looking very sunny. A mix of sun and cloud on Saturday. We then have a chance of showers on Sunday, sunny on Monday, and a chance of showers on Tuesday of next week. For Nova Scotia in the forecast, coming up towards the end of this week, temperature and humidity does turn a little bit cooler for Friday, and then temperatures bounce back for Saturday, the mix of sun and cloud. A chance of showers on Sunday, sunny for Monday, and then a chance of showers on Tuesday of next week. And for Prince Edward Island, coming up on both Wednesday and Thursday, low chance of late day pop-up showers. That's about it. Then a mix of sun and cloud on Friday, a little bit cooler with a high around 18, but up to 24 on Saturday. Chance of showers on Sunday. Monday, a mix of sun and cloud. Chance of showers on Tuesday of next week. Bruce.
Sounds good. Thank you, sir. We'll check in with you for the wake-up weather. Stay with us. There is more to come.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Well, as the old song goes, school's out for summer, and kids are making the most of their time off. Whether they're enjoying a so-called 90s summer, riding bikes and running through the sprinkler, or picking up new skills at camp, Maritime kids are certainly making memories. CTV's Vanessa Wright has more.
How's your summer going?
It's going pretty good. We're from Calgary, so we come and visit our Nana and Papa every year.
From riding bikes to going for a swim, their schedules are quickly filling up. But most are leaving room for summer camp.
She and her sister are going to Neptune camp. I'm on maternity leave, so we like to spend time at the local lakes and the pool, and we've had great weather so far, so we've been really lucky that way.
I usually do this hockey club at the end of the year, of the summer, before we go home. And we usually just go down to the waterfront, do some touch tables, like touch tank in Dartmouth, and usually visit some friends.
And we might go see Shakespeare by the sea.
Whether it's inside or on the field, in HRM there are plenty of camps to choose from soccer to science to technology.
We do some like Minecraft modding, some Roblox, some Scratch as well. Scratch was developed by MIT, so doing the comparison for the two kind of teaches kids more about the love for seeing how games are truly made.
Those who won't be attending camp this summer still have plenty on the agenda. Do you have any plans this summer?
Yeah, sometimes I go to the beach, and sometimes I go to the Amira Oval, and sometimes I have lots of fun at home.
Vanessa Wright, CTV News.
So many options. All right, time for one final break tonight. Coming up, a maritime developer levels up to Nintendo status. First, though, your wake-up weather. Here's a live look at Antigonish, where it's currently 19 degrees and very light traffic. We're happy to tell you. Kaylin Mitchell's wake-up weather coming up next. Just like that, Wednesday morning, 15th day of July. We'll kick it off with the wake-up weather, and I guess we're going to need to try to keep cool today.
Yeah, there's going to be some hotter temperatures in the Maritimes in the afternoon. Wednesday morning, though, conditions will be some fog patches, a little bit of cloud cover around. Chance of showers in eastern areas of Nova Scotia. You can see the morning temperatures quite mild, mostly high teens, some near 20 degrees. The afternoon, we'll see a lot of high temperatures in the Maritimes around the mid to high 20s. There will be a low chance of some pop-up showers late in the day, late afternoon into early evening. A couple very spotty showers, low risk of a small thunderstorm or two. Bruce.
Thank you, Kaylin. We'll see you again tomorrow. Well, you're about to meet a very interesting gentleman. By day, he writes software, and by night, he builds video games. After years of coding and testing and late nights, the Dartmouth-based developer is getting ready to see his dream land on one of gaming's biggest and most legendary platforms. CTV's Hafsa Arif has his story tonight.
Most people clock out at the end of the workday. Trevor Kendrick clocks into a different world.
Superstar Strategy is a turn-based tactics game, so you can kind of think of it as a mix of an RPG and kind of like a chess. So you're moving around on a grid and ordering units to move to certain positions.
It's a game he's created, inspired by the Nintendo classics he grew up playing.
I've always wanted to make a Nintendo game ever since I was like 3 years old. It wasn't until I got older that I learned that, hey, like, this is a thing that people can actually do.
This isn't his first game, but it is his first commercial release. It started as a hobby and evolved into something much bigger, with 7 years of rewriting, improving, and expanding every detail.
I hope people find joy in the minutia. It's a very systems-heavy game, so it looks very cute and simple on the surface, but there's a lot of depth there, so I hope people can discover that depth.
The game is available on PC with its Nintendo Switch debut set for September.
It's an important part of my childhood and how I grew up and how I developed my taste in games.
Hafsa Arif, CTV News, Dartmouth.
Thank you, Hafsa. That is your late news for tonight. Just a reminder, if you joined us a little bit later, you'd like another look at anything you've seen, ctvnewsatlantic.ca is always your home for news. I'm Bruce Frisco. Thank you for staying up late with us this evening. Have a good night, and we hope to see you again tomorrow for Wednesday.